Lots of people talk about how Patagonia just captures their heart, and it definitely did that to me. This was a place that, visually speaking alone, let alone the way it sounds and smells and feels on your skin, was unlike anything I'd ever experienced before. It was just so much bigger and wilder and felt more like a frontier than anything I'd ever seen in my life. My name is Bridget Bisaw. I'm a photographer, and most of my work nowadays is in telling the story of environmental struggles and successes. These proposed dams and the Hydro-ISN project are interesting to me as a documentarian because they really illustrate the different ways in which people relate to natural resources. I was first introduced to the Hydro-ISN story when I traveled to the new Patagonia National Park in 2007. I was really interested in the park itself as a photographic project because I've done a lot of work in wilderness preservation stories. During my time in the region, it turned out that they were actually having a festival in the new park to bring the community together to talk about how they felt about this new proposed dam project. That was really cool for me to watch the way in which people came together to talk about how this dam proposal would affect their community and their Patagonia. Fast forward to 2010, by then the proposed dams were becoming a pretty big environmental issue, not only in Patagonia and Chile, but also all over the world. People were starting to talk about these dams. Because of the attention that the Hydro-ISN story was getting, International League of Conservation Photographers decided to send a team of photographers to Patagonia to cover the story. Throughout that assignment, my job was to really try to tell the story of the way of life that would be affected and showing how they feel, if that's possible, in a still image about the place that they live. What struck me about spending time with people in Patagonia, in Aysén, in the park, was how closely they really do live to the land, how easily they live in concert with nature and with their surroundings, which I think a lot of us would find pretty wild. I've met so many Chileans who have become really passionate about the Hydro-ISN issue in the last few years, and you know, everyone from young people cycling the length of Chile to ranchers who are worried about their way of life changing, elderly people coming out in their community to be a voice for this cause, to politicians stepping forward and saying, this is not the way to go. We need to address our energy policy and become a leader in South America in renewables. When you take a place in the world, a dot on the map, that all of a sudden has a resource that the greater community needs or wants, you face an issue of how will the extraction of that resource change that dot on the map. What is the value of a wild resource? Is there value in the wisdom that has grown from that very resource, from that very place? I'm making a case for the fact that that has value. It actually has proven financial value from a nature-based tourism, adventure, recreation, destination travel perspective. Simply by acknowledging the value of a place as it is and nurturing that value, are you actually making a greater investment in a place? And I think that's an investment that offers returns far beyond one generation of a dam development project and the energy production that it will create. it's not so much about an untouched or an unchanged Patagonia. It's about a Patagonia that is able to hold on to its integrity, its identity as a wild place. Because I think that's something that people all over the world understand, that wildness, and they crave it. Once you change a place and take away its wild character, you can't get that back. It's gone forever.